What's up, brosif? Today we got us a shower valve leaking out of the handle, out of the bottom here. Put the shower on. Yeah, as you can see, it's leaking. I'm on the 3rd floor too, so you definitely want to take care of that, because if it gets goofy, it starts running down behind the wall. It's going to leak down into the second story apartment. It's an easy fix. I'm just going to replace the cartridge. I'll leave a link to these in the description below. And if you don't use this actual cartridge, I mean, I'm sure you can look for yours and match up the picture. But I'll leave a link for this one in the description below. Pfister ceramic cartridge. Just going to need the little Allen wrench. This little Allen screw under here in this hole. Want to loosen it. Sometimes this escutcheon will be caulked on. You have to cut the caulk, but that is not the case today. Now before we touch anything, we want to go shut the water off outside at the valve, because if you pull this out with the water on, you're gonna have a disaster on your hands. Down here at the old dirty meter, turning the water off. Let's get your old Jackie Chan's and just turn that valve. There we go. Now it's off. Now we can go work. Now before you do anything, make sure you close that drain. You don't want any screws going down the drain. Sometimes I can get away with just loosening this, but sometimes I gotta take it all the way out. And if you've got the older style shower valves, like seat and washers, you could probably get away with an O-ring or something like that. But on these cartridge style shower valves, just replace the cartridge, man. I had a guy who tried to be a super tech and take one apart, and he spent an hour taking it apart. Then once he got to one part, 1,000 springs just went boing, just all in every direction. Just waste of time. Just replace the cartridge, man. All right, we'll take that out. And all you're gonna do is loosen up these 4 screws and it'll hop out for you. Just make sure that doggone water's off. Last screw. Just make sure you don't drop any screws behind the wall. I prefer using a magnet Phillips head. Once you get the 4 screws out, the cartridge will come on out for you. On this style anyway. Sometimes you gotta get a little manhandle on it. It's probably all calciumed up in there. We got a fighter here. About 8 years old, so I'm sure it's full of calcium. There we go. Try to get it out of here in one piece. Everything's all plastic crap nowadays. That's it. You can see the calcium on it. Get those O-rings out of there, because your new valve will have the O-rings. Run my finger around there, clean it up a little bit. Make sure there's no rough edges. Ready for the new one. Alright, before we put the new cartridge in, I'll show you how to tell if you're putting it in upside down or not. Old J Booty showed me this, because I put a couple in upside down where cold was hot and then hot was cold. So J Booty was like, you see how this side is the same? They look the same, and this side's a little bigger, and then that top one, that top groove is smaller. So you want that smaller groove on top. See, that's big, and these on the side are the same size, and then that one's tall or smaller. So that's how you know you're not putting it in upside down. Because if you put it in that way, cold would be hot and hot would be cold. So thank you, J Booty, if you're watching. And make sure the O-rings are in. Yeah, old J Booty got moved to another property. He was on a couple of old videos. I don't know if you guys remember J Booty. Never showed his face, only his shoes. So you just do everything in reverse. Remember how you took it apart? Just do everything in reverse. Now we'll put the screws back in, the 4 screws. Alright, all the screws are in. Just snugging them up. I slowly snug each side so one side's not real tight in the beginning, and then go around snugging. Alright, don't forget to take this off of your old valve and screw it onto your new one. This is what the Allen wrench, or the Allen screw that is, tightens to. Put on our little stabling bracket, I guess you could call it. Stabling doohickey. I'm self-taught, man, so I don't know all the terms to everything. Some people ask if I took any classes or went to school or anything. I never did. I learned by getting out here and just blowing stuff up. Literally. That's how I learned everything, pretty much. I mean, I watched some old timers on the HVAC, but the rest I just learned by popping breakers and flinging sparks. That's why I don't know the official names of a lot of stuff, but I know what it does and I can fix it. Alright, I cleaned up around here, got all the mildew off. Put the escutcheon back on. Little ring, just screws on. Just doing everything in reverse, and I'm gonna go turn the water back on. That'll work. I'm gonna put the handle on, but I'm not gonna tighten it down yet. Just in case an emergency happens, I can pull it back off. Alright, go turn the water back on. Alright, I got the water back on. Let's give it a shot. Oh yeah, the handle's a lot smoother. That other one was a little rough. No dripping from the bottom. Or no dripping from the handle, that is. When I first showed up, before I started rolling, man, it was coming out of the bottom, streaming out the bottom. So we're good now. We're gonna be good to go. Yeah, guys, easy fix. Just replace the cartridge. And if you got the old style seat and washer, I mean, you could probably get away with an O-ring or something, but you might have to go with a new stem. Again, I'll leave these in the description below where you can find yours. Just match up the picture. And thank you guys for watching. See you in the next video. Thanks.